Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Book Review Blog. Today we're going to review the book Black House that is written by Stephen King and Peter Straub. It is a sequel to the book The Talisman, so that's why these two writers decided to collaborate again and create this book, since they collaborated before with The Talisman. So because it is a sequel, they do have the same characters. Really only one main character, which is Jack Sawyer. In The Talisman, he was 11 years old, I believe. And in the movie, or in the book Black House, he is 31. And he currently lives in a town called French Landing, Wisconsin. And he is a retired police officer. And that may be hard to imagine because Jack is so young, and it kind of baffles everybody and that he kind of meets, but he's insists, no, I'm retired, I don't plan to, do the police officer thing at all or anything. So anyway, what has been happening in French Landing is that there have been a lot of child murders, and it is all done by this serial killer known as the Fisherman, excuse me. That's his name, the Fisherman. And supposedly this is in response to the serial killer Albert Fish. I meant to look to see if he was an actual serial killer, or if this was just something made up by the authors, but I unfortunately didn't. You can say if he was on the comments below. So anyway, and the police of French Landing are kind of baffled by this, and the head of police, whose name is Dale, he tries repeatedly to get Jack's help in trying to find the Fisherman, because when Jack was a police officer, he was very good at his job. He was very good at finding people and very good at, finding especially like murderers and criminals of that nature. But Jack still tries to say, no, I'm not going to do this, but eventually he does, because it's just that he's been affected just kind of as a townsman, and he knows so many townspeople in this town of French Landing, and some of the ones he knows are parents of the kids who have been killed. And one of the people that was taken by this fisherman but was not killed is a little boy named Tyler Marshall. Tyler is about 11, and so I guess he's not little, but regardless. And so Tyler's father, or his parents, his parents are named Fred and Judy Marshall, really want Jack's help again in finding their son, because Judy seems to have psychic abilities or seems to have premonitions that her son is not dead. So she's like, well, I really feel that my son hasn't been killed by this fisherman, so we really have to find him. And so Jack realizes again that he needs to help in this investigation. So one of the things that also happens with Jack is that with the 20-year span that this book took place and when The Talisman took place, he doesn't remember the events that happened with The Talisman. He doesn't remember flipping into the territories and saving the queen of the territories. But that's at the beginning of the book. But slowly it starts to come back to him, where he remembers going on this cross-country journey in the territories to save not only the queen of the territories, but also his mother, who is dying of cancer. At the end of the Talisman, his mother did not die from this cancer that she had, but in the book Black House, she is dead. So she doesn't have his mother anymore to help him or to guide him along. But one of the things that is unique about this town is that there is this house that they know as Black House, hence the title. And Jack learns that this house is not only haunted, you know, because it's a scary old house, but it's an opening to the territories that he remembers as a kid. So that house plays, I'm not going to say any more about the house because, again, I want you to read this book, but it plays well into the story and to the similarity or the connection between the real world and the world of the territories. I must say that this book is also related to the Dark Tower, where they mention things like the Crimson King and other things like that. I think that's kind of the only related thing of the Dark Tower, although there might be little snippets. I'm not sure exactly if these so-called territories are the area in the Dark Tower where Roland and his crew walk, because it seems to be another land. But regardless, if it is, great. If it isn't, that's fine too. But that's kind of what this book is about. It's about, again, Jack helping as a detective or as a police officer, helping find this fisherman and try to see if he can save Tyler Marshall before he becomes another victim of the fisherman. I keep saying the Fisher King because I'm connecting the fisherman and the Crimson King, but regardless. Anyway, I was ready to do this review yesterday, meaning September 20th. However, I thought to myself, ooh, it would be really good to do a Stephen King book review on September 21st because that's Stephen King's birthday. So, happy birthday, Stephen King. Hope you had a good day. Anyway, that's it for this review. The next book that I'm going to review by Stephen King is called Everything's Eventual. It's a book of short stories, so like my short story book, it probably will be 2 reviews. 1, 2. Because there are just so many. So anyway, I bid you all farewell and happy reading.